Okay, hello. So we'll be talking about basic economic concept. Basic economic ideas. A2. Okay, because we've covered one in AS, so now we're talking about A2. So for this chapter, we'll be talking about two things. First is on equity. Next is on efficiency. Okay. So, equity is actually, what equity means is, if you know the definition, it means fairness in society, or reducing social gap. Okay, so there's actually a lot of government in the world that is trying to achieve this. One example of doing so is, for example, income tax, where you tax the wealthy, you get the money from the very rich people, and give it to the poor people. This is one way of achieving equity. So, in other words, equity is fairness. And this is something that is aimed mostly by governments. You won't see a private firm aiming for equity. I mean, not to say you won't, it's less likely to see that. Now, next is on efficiency. So, efficiency, there's actually two main types. One is productive efficiency. One is locative efficiency. Okay, and when you have productive and locative efficiency together, what you get is what we call as economic efficiency. Okay, so now first look at productive efficiency. So productive efficiency is, to sum it up in one word, is lowest cost. What we are aiming to do is to produce goods at lowest cost, or using the least scarce resources. Okay, so we can illustrate productive efficiency in actually three ways. First is using the average cost curve. Second is the PPC curve, and third is in perfect competition. But we'll be only looking at average cost and PPC curve because the perfect competition is actually a derivation of average cost curve. So first of all, average cost curve. Productive efficiency occurs when there's with two conditions. Okay, the first is when there's technical efficiency. Technical efficiency is when you are producing at the lowest point of an average cost curve. So let's say this is average cost 1, this is average cost 2, this is average cost 3. Okay, so the point A, B, and C here are all considered technical efficiency. Okay, this is the first condition. The second condition is when you are producing at the lowest average cost curve. Okay, so for this case, average cost curve 3 is the lowest among the three. So this curve is the lowest AC curve. So the lowest point at the lowest AC curve, is what we call as productive efficiency. So this is method number 1. Okay, next is on a PPC curve. So productive efficiency occurs when you are producing at the boundary of the PPC curve. Okay, this is good A, this is good B. Okay. So the boundary at PPC curve, so at A and B is what we call as productive efficiency. Okay. As for the points inside the curve, C, D, E, F, or maybe G, is not the C, D, E, F. There's no productive efficiency. Okay. The reason being that you can actually produce more goods with the given scarce resource. Okay, more goods can be produced using the given scarce resource, so you are not actually producing at the lowest cost. Okay, and of course the third one is on perfect competition, which is just a derivation of the average cost scenario. So we'll talk about that in the next lesson. Next is on allocative efficiency. Allocative efficiency. So in order for allocative efficiency to occur, you need to locate the right amount. Locate the right amount of scarce resources to produce the right combination of goods. Okay, that yields or that gives maximum satisfaction. In other words, allocative efficiency is to allocate the goods to produce the product that will give the maximum satisfaction to everyone, including the producer and the supplier. Okay, so this happens when allocative efficiency happens when price equals to marginal cost. Why? Because if we convert this into words, into sentences, what this means is the money that the consumer is willing to pay is equal to the marginal cost, which is the scarce resource that is used to produce the good. Okay, and remember, money is a reflection of marginal utility, which also signifies satisfaction. Okay, so let's consider the case where first price is larger than MC, or the price of the good is more than marginal cost and the price is less than marginal cost. Okay, so when the price is more than marginal cost, what this means is the price or the money that the consumer is willing to pay is actually more than the scarce resources that is used to produce it, meaning consumer is willing to pay more because the satisfaction that they derive from the good is small. So during this case, what the suppliers should do is the supplier should increase production so that the consumer, the supplier should allocate more scarce resources to the production of the good. Scarce resources should be allocated to the goods more, so that the cost of production is reflected by the price. Okay, and the inverse is also true. When the price is less than marginal cost, consumer is actually valuing the good less than the cost of producing it, or less than the scarce resources used to produce it. So producers actually reduce the amount of scarce resource allocated to producing this good, so that it reflects the price of what the consumer is actually willing to pay. Okay. Another way of analyzing this is using the supply and demand curve. And also we need to know what is producer surplus and consumer surplus. So let's say the price is here. This is the price and this is the marginal cost. So let's say this is the price. Let's consider the fact, first of all, if producer, if the consumer is demanding this point, okay, the surplus, the consumer surplus and producer surplus is this much, right? The shaded region. Okay, so compared to when the marginal cost is equal to the price, which is at this point, this whole triangle is the consumer and producer surplus. Understand? So at marginal cost equals to price, the surplus is actually more than when it is not equals to when marginal cost is not equal to price. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.